Hello everyone, GameGoddessFee here. Alright, we are back you all with more Ace Attorney. Hope you all are having a wonderful evening. Hi Game Queen 81, what's going on? Alright, so yeah, we're back. The final day you guys, so I hope you all enjoy. Thank you for watching. All right, do I sound okay?
Nope.
I don't know what's going on with my voice, but anyway, yeah, it's episode 5, Rise from the Ashes, final day trial former. So yes, we will load this data, and here we go. Ooh, hold on. I got to do this. One second. Is it back on? There we go. February 25th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
This is the defendant lobby.
I don't hear you.
There's no defendant.
I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be?
You may have to say that again. But
Really?
I had your mic on mute, so we didn't hear the first line. But anyway.
I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma for that matter? It almost seems as if...
Something's been happening behind the scenes.
Oh, it's Edgy Boy.
It's Edgy Boy.
Edgeworth! Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding the ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right, and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty.
He gave him 5 minutes.
But she didn't do it! I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, right?
Uh-oh.
This is it.
Don't get scared now.
If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now.
February 25th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Chief Gant?
What he here for?
Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Yuji. Been back to the pool yet?
No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work.
That's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
He done threatened them, y'all.
What's this all about, defendant?
I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial.
Huh?
I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
No, Lana! You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
But Lana!
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I should go turn her back on the court, Lord. Anyway, I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there is no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
This can't be happening.
It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant
One moment, Your Honor.
and Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant.
Uh-oh.
What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be.
Uh-oh, Edgeworth standing up, y'all.
With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh, to whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Sky.
Uh-oh.
I request the court hears her testimony. Oh my god, I'm breathing to them.
Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to...
I don't care what you think, Miss Sky. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant?
Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words.
Look, he already done killed one prosecutor. Maybe should have.
What you talking about? What you talking about? Miss Emma Sky, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins.
McFean is just looking like, okay.
He's like, oh, well, this is happening.
What's up, Yeety? How you
Hello.
doing tonight?
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Sky. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then.
He sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial.
Look, Edgeworth know that dude guilty.
Edgeworth, no.
Edgeworth know.
Edgeworth, no.
He probably done got his number anyway. Witness testimony 2 years ago. I was waiting in my sister's office all that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
Y'all is making this junk too easy, bro. What is this?
She said he stabbed him in the chest. Y'all remember yesterday where that knife was? Anyway.
That photo.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Cross-examination 2 years ago. I was waiting in my sister's office that day.
2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct?
Yes, she was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gantz. My sister, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Guy used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office.
That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day, too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. The man came running in and took me hostage.
A man?
Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky and Gant's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me.
What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gantz and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. I almost forgot about Gant. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dork. When Dork grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in?
I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant.
Can you tell us about that?
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dork. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible thunderstorm going on and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out?
Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told Detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim.
Hear more.
So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago?
Yes, that's what that.
Yes, what?
Yes, that was so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about the picture.
This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost.
Has it now? You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes.
That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died. Yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken?
But I did draw it. I mean it. I'm not just imagining it.
This picture that Emma drew, that reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again. Well, anyway, let's continue. This scene that imprinted an image in your mind. Can you please describe it to us?
The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Oops, I forgot to
Emma doesn't have any reason to fib. But Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much as she can. See, Phoenix, are you having a seizure? I'm good at your wife. That must have been a real shock.
Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly.
Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage.
When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them.
I read this dialogue. I seem to have had a seizure. That was strange.
Get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can.
It was just a small one, though. I should still get it checked out.
Okay, running.
I can see two contradictions.
In her testimony?
Yeah. The first one is the chest thingy, and the second one is the lost list.
Yeah. What's your recipe?
Which one you do want to do first?
Where the lost list at? I guess the one that whichever one come first. Which one should I do first?
Was it on the back of that evidence list thing?
Yeah, this right here.
No, it wasn't. It's the picture.
Ah, hold on.
On the evidence list.
Yeah, this here.
Oh, go for it. Yay, the music stopped. I mean, Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you would insist on denying its...
Really, dude?
And yet, you would insist on denying its existence?
Yeah, right?
Yes. Yes.
Maybe stop. I be doing the same thing.
Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold!
This is the evidence list for the SL9, isn't it?
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Turn it over? Turn it... Ah, what's this?
Yes, what is that?
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Huh? Look, Phoenix could go to jail. He stole it. Maybe stop.
Game over.
These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What?
Order. But Miss Guy, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Gutman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor!
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of that drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Huh?
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see.
Is something wrong?
Do you even have to ask? He's shaking. Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing!
That's that thing? That thing that was dancing in the evidence room?
Clearly, this is an act of vandalism. It's the work of a certain chief of detectives.
You saw that Game Queen 81?
I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Evidence list restored and updated in the court record. List of evidence in the SL9 incident. Half of the list was found in Gunt's off desk. Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture.
Witness testimony. Emma's picture. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Cross-examination, Emma's picture. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago.
Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gantz and Lana Sky. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in our mind.
Excuse me, witness? But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows.
So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue?
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor?
Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed?
After that, I must have fainted.
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry.
The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here.
Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course, this is the exact same.
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives? Were you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or you might find some way to cut my salary.
I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. I got her voice sounding like that. So I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture?
Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. What's the contradiction?
That's the picture that is stabbed in the back.
Okay, well, what else?
Let me see. And that knife.
Yup.
Like it's a half a knife.
Why would I try to stab someone with a knife that don't got a tip?
Did we already press it on this?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think we did. Alright, it's gotta be this one, but I don't know what to present.
That knife.
The knife?
Yeah.
Don't present androids.
That knife here. You ready?
I guess.
Alright, wasn't it?
You're on. I'm having a schizophrenic episode.
Okay, well, you need to get to a doctor. Let me see. This picture shows what I saw in that moment, in that instant. What we do wrong?
Let's look through the evidence. Maybe we have to talk about the back thing. I don't know. Let me see. Wait! Okay, if it's exactly what she's on it, maybe we have to pursue the stupid thing. They think so he get through that though, so I don't know.
Hold on, let me go through her statements. Flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. Oh, that's how they got her. Go through the evidence.
Yeah, I think that's the one right there.
Gonna hit somewhere. This.
Either
Stabbed
that
in the
one,
back.
either that one or the other evidence list. Let's go. No. You can save. You can always save. You can always save.
What evidence list? This is the evidence list.
You can do what you was gonna do first.
This right here.
Wait, check it.
He's a single stab wound, pierced heart, lung. Died from loss of blood. Found in the wound. The tip of the weapon was found in the wound. Weapon found in wound. The tip was missing. That's why I want to hear dyslexia. She not the. That's not a contradiction, though, is it? But it says
so.
stabbed in the back. And that picture showing her being stabbed in the chest.
Well, let's go. You can always save, but nah. Oh, you was right. Whoa! I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Is it him or this?
Maybe the knife. I don't know.
Let me see.
I think it's the knife.
You think stopping sometimes, is it? I wonder what's going on with it. Think it's the knife.
Yep.
He gonna have me, it's two contradictions. This right here and this. We go see what he has to say first, y'all.
The contradiction, of course, lies here.
All right, thank you, Game Queen 81. We just for sending him with the knife.
Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken.
Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
Pray tell. Anyway.
Yes, that's what people say. It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken.
Oh, what's the meaning of this?
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Nah, it couldn't be Edward. Just you got to think.
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
That's right, but what does this mean?
The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure what she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time. But she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You were treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ugh.
Order, order, order. Are you saying that the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a fib.
I'm not fibbing. The man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being two broken knives?
Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's? Could there have been one?
Emma's mistaken.
Edwin, the witness is stupid. The witness is stupid.
There is another one.
If if the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by simple observational error.
Mr. Wright?
In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon.
Uh-oh. This right here.
Wait, not that one, not that one, not that one. Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. Wait, actually 1 second. Wait 1 second. Go back to the picture.
To the picture?
Yes.
Let me see. I'm just kidding. Let me see.
Might actually be on something.
I thought that thing right there that was in his hand, in that thing's hand, was in that knight of armor hand.
Slow your roll for now.
Or, well, I don't know if he brought his King of Prosecutors trophy with him. Can that thing be unassembled? I don't know. So, what they want us to do?
Show the real murder weapon.
It's that, I don't have it in the evidence, just present that picture.
I think.
Let me see.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
He's not sure, y'all. Let me go through the evidence.
It was Andrew's knife. It time traveled.
The broken knife on the trophy. That's what I was thinking, Game Queen.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, how can that thing be unassembled?
Let Phoenix figure it out.
Let Phoenix figure it out.
Yeah.
So for now, present the picture.
I might be wrong.
Nope.
The answer lies in the past. 2 years ago in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the... Oh, wait, that's not true. This is a picture of the award ceremony.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding.
That's a broken knife.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award.
Order, order, order.
Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh.
But the prosecutor was the one who actually died.
That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions.
Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth,
What is it?
could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one that with that picture scribbled on the back? I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it.
What? You drew that?
He could have taken the award from him. I know. That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you recall, Miss Sky? Yes, Your Honor.
First the knife mix-up, and now the blue
Here
badger?
we go again, y'all.
This should be interesting. I hate this thing so much. Anyway,
Witness testimony, Emma's recollection. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed. Oh. I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and then when I saw the blue badger, he wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
she saw a shadow. The little demon kid went back in time.
This is certainly most unusual.
Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Yes, well, the defense may now begin this cross-examination. Stop, please, don't pursue this any further.
Lana,
What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that?
Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back.
Silence. The defense will now begin this cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter.
Cross-examinations. Emma's recollection.
What?
When I saw that man raise his knife,
When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark?
yes, at least I think it was him.
You think?
All I can really see were shadows.
The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports.
So then you? I panicked and rushed toward both of them.
Why would you do something so dangerous?
What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall.
She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help the other person. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Did I do this?
Nope. What do you mean you think?
It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did is all kind of a blur.
Miss Sky was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural.
I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then, what happened next? Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger.
Are you sure about this?
Of course. See? I even draw a picture of him. Hey, see? Look. But she saw it. And this picture was drawn 2 years ago, so...
How did he exist 2 years ago?
Thank you.
But... it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. That is all quite verifiable.
But she drew it. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember.
Oh brother, just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion.
Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow.
His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with his winning smile and all?
That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago.
The edge where she drew it.
The witness must be mistaken. That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh? And I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, please show us what this shadow really was. What was it Emma saw when the lightning flashed? I know. Who is this blue badger really? I know. Do you know?
Let me look through the evidence.
The blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture. Yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on the fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room.
Uh-oh. Mr. Wright? In this room? Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious blue badger look-alike.
I'm not saying none, you gotta figure this out.
Let me see.
3 horns.
I'm thinking this, but let me see.
Check it. Give it a little spin. Give it a little spin.
This like this? Let me see.
Okay, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, this is it. Well, it's the jar.
It's the jaw.
It's the jar.
It's not even in the
It's the jar.
courtroom.
It's the jar. It's the
No,
jar.
it's not.
I'm not even playing this jar. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
But that's what exactly is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar.
But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like a blue badger.
Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Our viewpoint?
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from. Okay, you're doing this. This took me 50 billion tries, and I thought I was wrong, so I had to look it up on Steam, and there was millions of folks roasting this. It doesn't work. They kept it in. Okay, I'm not saying nothing. You can do it. You can do it. You can do this. Come on. Even if you get it right, it's not gonna register. I promise you.
What you mean?
You gotta make it look like the blue badger. It's gonna take us like 2 hours, by the way. I just want you to know that.
I hate this control. Hold on.
You get rotated left and right.
Okay, let's see.
I know the solution.
What's the solution, Plum? Is that it?
Nope. Go to left. Rotate it left. Rotate a little right. And then like a little down. That's
like
too
this.
down. That's a little bit too down. You gotta make it so it matches perfectly too, by the way. I just want you to know. I think that's good. It's something like this. But it's super concise too. Like, you have to have it on the money for it to register. Boom, finally. Well, is this a miracle or what? No one can possibly deny this joy's resemblance to the blue badger. This took me like 2 hours, you better be glad. No! It can't be!
Order, order. The defense have proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed? Very well then. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw the jar?
The murder weapon?
Maybe the location? The murderer? Murder weapon? Why you say the murder weapon?
Let me see. Hold on. What's different? The murderer? The murderer?
What do you mean a murderer?
Hold on. It could have been falling from their shelf. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar?
Wait, go back to that picture. Alright, where was this taken?
This was in his office. Gant's office. Him and Lana's office.
Where did they say that it took place at?
The actual murder in his office.
Oh, I don't know that.
Really, dude? Really? That jar wasn't in that room. What you mean, Game Queen? Cause it was broken. It was broken, and for the evidence, it was in the evidence room, and it's right behind them in this picture. This the day of the murder in this picture. So, I mean, like I said, it could have been falling from the. It could have been falling, or he probably could have had it. Somebody could have had it and did like this to it, you know, raised it up and was. It could have changed the murderer. What you think? I thought he ran to catch Dark. That's right. He ran to catch Dark, but it could have changed the murderer because somebody else probably could have been raising it up and hit somebody on the head. Probably hit Dark on the head because he had a concussion. Dark had a concussion. Terminator? This boy crazy.
You go.
What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar?
That's at the award ceremony.
Not the location.
I think it's the location, but you can.
Why? What? Okay, tell me your reasoning. Why you would think
photo says it's at the award ceremony. The jar, but the jar was in Gant's office.
What you mean about the award ceremony?
Alright, go back to the photo.
That picture was taken in.
Alright, just click the award location. You ain't gonna lose points.
Photo at the award ceremony.
At the award ceremony. It wasn't at his house.
At the office.
Oh wait, was it? Okay, I don't know, bro.
Award. It's photo at the award ceremony of Gunt, Lana, and Neil.
You ain't gonna lose points, just choose one.
That is right, Pluminator. You think? So what should I present?
You just click the statement. Truth is trying to call your bluff.
So you say the location?
Yes. I might be wrong though. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. It's a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk.
That's what I was thinking, Edgeworth.
The witness testified to herself. Herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. Huh? If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what the reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though.
Go home, Phoenix.
Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. And the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent that jar flying?
There would have to have been the impact of the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what we have hit.
The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall winning the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes. There's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility?
Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter?
If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. And that's moments. Assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No! She faded again, y'all.
I never imagined her testimony would lead to this.
So it was the witness who took the victim's life. And then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
I mean, this has happened like 3 times already.
What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances...
Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin this crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
Evidence?
I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in this incident are dead.
We certainly can't get dead people to testify. Or can we? Call Mayor. I'm just kidding. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. Huh? You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another.
That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind.
Oh, Lord. It's in the evidence. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind.
I suggest you just check everything. I
Got my
can tell
head
you if you
scratched.
want.
No, hold on. See this?
Nope.
It's the autopsy. What are autopsies?
What's red and all over?
I don't know. Let me see. This? Let me see. Found. What did they say? Found on a bloody handprint on.
Wipe. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What is wrong with you, boy?
I'm just trying to. I'm giving you every hint I can.
You ain't.
Yeah, that's what bad hands cancer.
This nothing have nothing to do with nothing over here.
What did we find in the chief's office yesterday?
This right here.
What else did we find?
The evidence. This the evidence.
What else did we find?
Let me see. What else did we find in there?
Did we find that last piece somewhere else?
Ah, this right here. Evidence from the SL9 final fragment found in Chief Gun's safe.
Check.
What we checking?
Look at the blood stain.
Ah, yeah. Are these blood stains?
Nope. This is a stupid twist. I'm just gonna admit it. Do you see it though? I don't think you see it.
What do I have? What am I supposed to be seeing?
Look at the blood stains.
Okay.
E.
Did anybody see what he talking about?
Could you see it? Like, do you see it?
It's in the blood stain?
Like they was wiped off, but like if you look closely, what do you see?
You said it was wiped off?
Yeah.
But it's right here.
What does that look like?
I don't know what that looks like.
Oh, well, I ain't gonna roast you. I ain't even know it first either.
Hold on, let me see what this boy talking about.
Like, look really close at it.
Look like a drawing of somebody's faces.
Nope. It's a drawing though.
It's a drawing.
E.
What you mean, Game Queen? It turns yellow.
Oh yeah, you can click on it. The dark red stains must be blood traces from the incident 2 months ago. Only the fragment found in Chief's office, Chief Gant, Chief Gant. Okay. Only the fragment found in Chief Gant's office still has lines remaining on it. Look at that picture closer though.
I'm looking at it.
You want me to tell you?
Let me see. Do y'all see anything? What's written on this jar?
Click on it again. You can actually make the little text box right there a little invisible if you want to.
How you do that?
Go to the settings.
Will it take it away all the way?
Not all the way. It just make it like kind of, you know, transparent.
Oop.
Right there. Expose me,
Don't
guys. I'm
zoom
sorry.
in. Don't. What? You got to be clear, Game Queen. What does it say?
Wait, go back. You gotta skip out of this one.
Oh, okay.
Go back. This is taking way too long. Okay, forget it.
Wait.
Down. High. You can see a little bit more of the artwork now. Whoa.
Okay, let me see.
I want you to see this.
It's still up there.
I just said make it a little bit more transparent. You still not see
You
it.
can zoom in. Where you can zoom in at? Hold on. Hold on, Game Queen 81. Let me see.
Do you see it?
Nah, dude, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing.
We looking for a name.
Hold on.
Oh wait, there's a zoom right there. Can you still not see it?
I'm looking for a name.
Yes.
Hold on. My eyes are still watering.
Oh my God.
Is it upside down or right side
No,
up?
alright, you can turn it to the left, but that's how you're supposed to read it.
You said Game Queen 81?
I will. Do y'all want me to say? I
No,
will
no,
say.
no, 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 no. Hold on.
You can be here for hours.
You said Game Queen 81. Let me turn it to the
What is he doing?
You should turn it to the left. Can you see it now? Oh, I'm
Oh
seeing
my
it.
God. Oh my. Y'all want me to tell you?
Hold on. I don't see nothing on this job.
Really? I mean, it's not that obvious, but still, though. Like,
Okay, I just have Phoenix tell me.
this message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer?
Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek: the truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
I still can't believe I don't see it.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see
We're
it.
gonna have them show us. We're gonna have Phoenix tell us.
This is the message left by the deceased.
This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name?
If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Huh?
Yes, but notice. For some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away.
Yes, there is a line here drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is that these thoughts were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have been seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. And the victim's message will become apparent.
No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us?
Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters.
Oh, Lord.
There's only one thing the victim could have won given the circumstances. His murderer's name.
What is this? Ah, you got the drawer.
Yo,
And he think we supposed to figure that out. Let me see, this is...
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know either at first. Do you at least know the name?
I don't know the name.
Oh my God! They literally said it during the trial. They literally said it during this trial. Who is they accusing?
This look like
Who is
a
they
M.
accusing? Who is they accusing?
Mm.
Who is they accusing? Who is they
Yeah,
accusing?
this look like an A.
Oh my God, you ain't serious right now.
Gant?
Emma!
Huh?
Emma!
just said Emma.
No, you just said that.
I was saying, look, here go the M right here.
Oh my God.
And then here go the A.
Oh my God.
Here go the A.
No.
Here go the E. E.
Just try to picture. Just try to picture. I can't believe this. That's messed up. That's messed up.
He said it.
No, what? Yeah, actually, I think that's it for the M. I mean the E. There you go. There you go. Fine. The truth is revealed.
And he thought I was supposed to get that just looking at that. Really, dude?
Yep,
Really?
Yep, he was. Yep. That's your duty again. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life, here go this YouTube. Let me know if y'all can see anything.
I like the little box transparency. You want to go back?
You don't like it like that?
Yeah, that's how I played it, but that's only because I wanted to see the artwork.
I like it. I like it better. Ain't Queen 81. Can you see? Yeety? You good? Okay. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life
Was Emma Sky. Seaworthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gant, you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the one prosecutor in the case, were you not? Ack! Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
You wasn't all that innocent. He killed all them other people.
But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or forged evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office?
They have sent the innocent man to his death.
How can you just stand there like it wasn't his fault?
Order, 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 order!
The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to sell the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Ooh, it's
Well,
the
they
final
figured out what happened there, but
yeah.
so she was trying to cover up the fact that Emma murdered what's his face? Marshall.
Oh yeah, Marshall.
But who killed Goodman?
Who killed Goodman?
Who killed Goodman?
That's gonna be the final one.
That's the question for the next stream, you all. All right, so that was interesting. I told y'all, look. Anyway, can you hear me? I guess. All right. So anyway, I appreciate you all for watching. And yeah, if you're watching, you liking what you see, if you don't mind giving me a subscribe. If you're not, also hit that like button for me as well. All right, Game Queen 81 and Yeety. Everybody else watching, you all have a good night.
Peace.